Your message reminds us that roles may change, but purpose remains. So, how did that become especially real for you?
Yeah, that's been my message before Annie passed. Your roles in life are going to change, but your purpose is eternal. Your purpose, Rachel, and my purpose is to glorify God and to give to others the gifts that He's given us. That's everybody's purpose. But the gifts and our calling are different. And the callings that we have, we take into every role. But those roles end. And a lot of times people place so much identity of who they are in a role. And that's not who we are. Is, Psalms 139, who God wove us together. We're His masterpiece. And when a role ends, even if we have a brief moment to restore and have a Sabbath, He's going to take our calling and put it right back into another role that He needs. So our roles in life are going to end, but our purpose is eternal. I am no longer I'm not actively mothering Annie. That role end. But when she was in my life, the purpose that I had in her life, that has an eternal impact. And so many people get their identity so wrapped up in the active role that they're in that when it ends, they feel like their identity's gone. And yet God's like, no, I made you a masterpiece. I wove you together. I know everything about you and I'm going to keep using you. He that began a good work, He's going to continue it. And He's still continue. It says until He comes, not until I die. It says until He comes. And He's still actively using my daughter's music and her message. And He is still actively using the good work He began in her. It's an eternal purpose.
Well, for the woman who feels like grief has rewritten their identity, where do they begin to keep going?
Yeah. It really, and I was telling you before we hit record, this is going to be my third year in August. And so I'm only speaking from 3 years of experience. Luckily, I have friends that are further along that kind of tell me, hey, yes, this is feeling this way now, but 5 years will be this or that. You never miss them less. You never miss them less intensely, but you're going to be able to carry it a little bit better. So if someone's listening in the very, very first stages, just please allow yourself to have some grace on yourself and realize whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, this is not your identity, but God, He restores. And if He is rewriting the story, He's going to continue to use you, but you are still the masterpiece He created. He doesn't create something and then expect us to figure out why it doesn't change, but it can be reformed. It can be reshaped and used in a different way. And I'm finding that now even more and more as, the time passes, God will bring a little bit more people into my life, that more bereaved moms that I probably could not have had in my life at the first year. And I'm understanding that, yes, my story might have been rewritten. My identity has not. He's going to use it in a different way.